driving around my hometown of Denver today in the Mercedes-Benz EQS SUV. It's got 3 rows, which is super exciting because we've all been kind of waiting for the SUVs, the electric SUVs to show up. And boy, it's happened in grand style with the Mercedes. As you can imagine, there's really no detail left unattended to. And I look forward to sharing some pictures and some video with you. One of the things I wanted to talk about really quick was the drive of this car. We know that EVs are generally very quiet, and this is no exception. There's such a small amount of wind noise and road noise to go along with the total lack of engine noise because it's electric. So that's really really fabulous. It's a nice quiet ride when you want it to, or if you want to crank up your tunes. We've got a beautiful sound system by Burmeister, but it's really a beautiful, thoughtful SUV. It doesn't spare you anything, and it's going to be interesting over the course of time to see how many features people actually want to have in their electric cars. I'm excited to follow that along over the course of time, but in the meantime, I'm excited to show you around this car. We have this beautiful quilted, perforated, ventilated, heated seating situation here in the EQS, and you can see it's really kind of cool because you have this graduated pattern of the perforated seats. You know, the little holes getting smaller and smaller as they approach the stitching. It's a beautiful colored interior. It feels very zen, spa-ish. Would take a long time to talk about all of the features in this car because there are so many, but some of the things that are notable in the EQS 3-row SUV is this cool passenger side screen. When someone is sitting in the seat, unfortunately I don't have anyone with me right now, but when somebody sits there, they can connect their phone and listen to their music or watch movies and connect the headphones, so you don't have to hear any of it if you don't want. But the neat thing also is that they can select the navigation on the menu for you. They can kind of be your co-pilot in every sense of the word. So that's really cool. Also, I have to note this beautiful rose gold trim. You see this here, this rose gold trim, and it kind of carries around the door. And right now it's competing a little bit with the LED lighting, but isn't that beautiful? Look at that interior. Oh, I love it. There were a lot of things that Mercedes had to do from scratch because this was their first electric SUV adventure. But you can tell they've done some really interesting things. This console, of course, it's beautiful. It's kind of this pinstripe wood. And then on the inside, you have your wireless charging pad and where you can put your key fob. And then the cup holders are kind of fun. You can press them down. And then this little arm squeezes your beverage depending on how big or small it is, but it's pretty cool, you know, or you can stow it and cover it up. Pretty slick. And then we also have this cool center console that's really deep, and you could probably fit like maybe some tall water bottles in there. It's hard to tell how deep it is, but it's pretty cool. So how many different styles of driving do you have on any given day? Sometimes maybe you're in a hurry and you're really rushing, and maybe sometimes you're on a wonderful fun drive and you just want to step on it a little bit. You can do that. You can have a nice relaxing chill drive, and you do this through the driving mode. So you have a comfort mode here, you have a sport mode, a sport plus, and they each have varying degrees of regeneration. So you can control that from the paddle shifters. Normally we think of the paddle shifters as shifting up and shifting down through the gears, but now we have what is referred to as recuperation in each of these modes. So I'll show you what I mean by that. Okay, so here we are. You can see we have the little indicator about what gear you're in, but then also the C indicates the drive mode. So you have comfort, you have sport plus. And then additionally, you can move through the different types of recuperation, and that's what that indicator is right there. So recuperation is Mercedes speak for regeneration. So right now it's normal. If you want to have the brakes be a little more grabby, you can use the paddle shifter to switch it to maximum recuperation or less recuperation. So it's actually kind of fun, and you can treat it almost like upshifting and downshifting through the gears in a non-electric car. So perhaps you need a little bit of zen in your driving experience. Maybe you've just left work and you're super stressed, or maybe it's the beginning of the day and you could just use a little boost of energy. Whatever the case may be, you can go into this cool comfort mode in your car and go to this Energizing Comfort tab. You see all these other ones, but look at these different menus. You can select the environment that's going to be surrounding you during your drive. So you select it and press play. You can hear the music kicking in. And another thing that happens is there's a fragrance diffuser in here, and it just puts a light little fragrance in the cabin around you. So it's all senses. All senses are relaxing, unwinding, feeling joyful, whatever the case may be. What? Yes. To borrow from Ina Garten. How cool is that? In the back seat, you can also see their entertainment options. There's screens in the second row, both passenger seats. You can turn that on, and you know, we're not going to see a whole lot because I haven't uploaded anything from my phone, or I haven't connected my phone at all, but you get the general idea. You have options that can be done once you get set up. There we go. And again, you can do navigation, you can connect your phone, different phones. I mean, come on, you guys. So many options. Even in the back seat, you can set the positioning and the climate control here. You can have your little screen situation happening, and if your headphones are connected, you'll get a nice little sound if you so choose. It's pretty cool, right? So I can have joy on my little screen. And then you can have sounds of the sea over here, or any other one of the Energizing Comfort modes. There's also kind of this central command tablet here in the back seat, and you can do many of the same things. Feels like we're at the ocean right now, but I will say that yesterday I was actually up in the mountains with this car, and it was a really interesting experience off-roading. We were on some pretty rugged terrain. It was some loose rocks and, you know, really high-pitched hills, and we were crawling over a lot of things and super tight turns. This car comes with rear steering, a rear axle steering system, and it will give you 4.5 degrees more turn radius in the regular model. And then what you can do is, if you get a 4MATIC and you get there's an off-roading package in there, you can actually spend a little more money and buy a total of 10 degrees of steering in the rear, so you can take those super tight little turns, or, you know, if your garage is really cluttered, it can navigate that too. I hope you've enjoyed this quick tour of our little sneak peek at the Mercedes-Benz EQS SUV. There'll be more details in our review, but I am so excited. I can't wait to see what happens, and hopefully you'll follow along and learn more as I learn too.